Namaskar. I am very sorry. I would like to speak in Bangla, but I don't know. I'm learning. I have learned few key words, which is Khan, Cholun, Boshun. The rest I'm still learning. So, firstly, I am very happy to see all of you here in such large numbers. Do we have everybody from 66 GPs? All the GPs, all 3 districts? So that is very, very heartening and very good for us to see. I feel very honored to be here with you today. From ADB, this is our first project that we are working with PHED. We have worked in West Bengal, in many other projects. We have been supporting KMC, we have been supporting Panchayat Raj Department, Roads Department. But for rural water supply, this is our first cooperation or co-working with you. And we are very thrilled, and I will tell you why. First, you will be the first in India, so congratulations, to have a large-scale water supply project that is giving 24/7 water supply to each and every household in 66 Gram Panchayats, which is also running, as Principal Secretary just explained, on a smart water management technique. So congratulations. You will be the first in India. And we were very surprised when we started preparing this project with PHED colleagues that nobody in India really has this sort of project. And it's not complicated. What we found was there was a very deep-rooted bias about rural water supply schemes. Not just here, not just in Manila, in Delhi, everywhere. We work across South Asia, we work across other countries also, but in my department we deal with South Asian countries. Just because it's rural water supply, people in their heads think it must be simple and basic. Nothing else should be there. Why? Rural people have lesser human rights? No. Is it more expensive? No. Is it unnecessary, unsustainable? No. It is because people have this bias that this is good enough for rural scheme, public standpoint space, they don't need anything else. And we also accept that. And that is just what we need to change together. We need to revolutionize this. Because, again, let's demystify this smart water. It sounds like, why for rural schemes, smart water management? Now I ask you, who doesn't have a smartphone here? If you don't have smartphone of any type, raise your hand. Everybody has phone? You don't have. Okay, but you have a phone. Any type of phone. You can get a text. Yeah? So you will get a text. All of us, all across India, rural population have a phone. They can just be told, what is my water not coming? You can text. Water is not coming. You don't have to go somewhere and lodge a form these days. This generation, we have changed a lot. Sensors, what Principal Secretary is talking about. All the more than urban schemes, rural schemes need this, because you know why? We have pipes across kilometers and kilometers of rural areas. One pipe is leaking, you can't put people, it takes 3 days to go there. 2 days, you first have to find the leakage. But if we just put a mobile SIM card based sensor, small device like that one that we clicked, yeah? And then that device will flash in PHED Bankura, PHED East Medinapur, superintendent engineer's phone. There's something wrong here, leakage. He can just field a person in no time. He doesn't have to man that person there. 2 years, 3 years ago when we started, we learned that for just one district, PHED has 211 schemes running. You have to put how many people there? Each overhead tank, how many rural schemes, all the more you'll have overhead tanks scattered all over the place. Each of them, should somebody be sitting there waiting? Is it leakage? Pumps overflowing? But if you just put very cheap sensors these days in India, cost nothing. They are super cheap. But our people who are designing, I'm also an engineer. I started working 25 years ago. But what I put 25 years ago is very different to what we can do with same money or less money now. So it is the mindset we have to change together. To say that it's less expensive to have all of you to know what is going on, there is a leakage. If the overhead tank is overflowing, nobody will know. Money is, Dr. Pancha said, water will be wasting all the more in rural. Urban areas, people can see overhead tank is flowing. Rural areas, nobody can see. But you put a simple, very cheap 2000 rupee sensor. It will beep in somebody's phone. It is overflowing, stop pumping. You don't have to put person there. So rural schemes, you should demand. We need these techniques all the more. Railways in India is putting fiber optics in every single rail patri. It is cheap. You can use that data. SIM card costs what? Nothing, free SIM card. But SIM card will flow your data to say, all you need to know, how much water is flowing, is it being wasted? Is there chlorine in the water? Is your water drinkable? Your SIM card cheap, it doesn't even cost 100 rupees. But it will cost 1,000 people's salaries. It will cost so much of your precious water. So this is what we have to do in dispelling people's biases about rural water schemes. So again, congratulations, you will be the first, 66 GPs will be the first of the GPs across India to have this. And it is not expensive. But as Principal Secretary said, the management of it needs your cooperation, your will, working together with PHED officials and Gram Panchayat officials. The decision makers like you, doers, people have to say, this is ours. We are going to use this simple phone-based system to manage it better and conserve water. And we are going to interact better. And we are going to capacitate our people. Every household should be able to say, I did not get water today, and text. And that text should reach the people who are managing it. And this is what we are trying to do. So again, thank you for having me. The rest, the experts will explain. But I'm very, very delighted to be here, because together we are going to create history in India. But for that, of course, I have other grievances. The project has to move. The contractors have to do it fast, because all of India is watching you, how you will implement this project. It is actually very simple. So please help. Even I would request the DSC, the PMC, the PIU, these are all project people, to demystify that this is not complex. It's a simpler project than any project you have seen, because we are centralizing it, we are making it easier to manage. It will be much easier than any other project out there, but of this century, not of the 20th century, 20 years before when I was doing my engineering. So thank you for coming again, and we look forward to coming soon to see water actually flowing in your GPs. Namaskar, dhanyavad.